One of my favorite events is back in Rise of Kingdoms, and that's Team Draw. Today, we're going to break down whether it's worth it and if you should be spending your gems and money on this event. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms gameplay episode from your very own Shappy Gaming. Before we get too far into it, I do want to address the elephant in the room. Shappy, your audio sounds a little weird. Where's the face cam? I am on vacation right now, but this event came up and I had to make a video for you guys. So, without further ado, let's jump into exactly what Team Draw is, if you should be spending your money on it, and how exactly this event works. So, the way Team Draw works is you have to use these Imperial Scrolls in order to actually spin within the Team Draw. And there are some really awesome rewards that you can get from this event. So let's see if we can see what those are. So you can get a bunch of different commanders from this event. The one thing I will call out early, so everyone can see it, is that you cannot get certain commanders. So as you can see, Joan of Arc is not here. I was really devastated to see that. I believe Jan Ziska is also not here. Sargon, obviously not. Tariq, obviously not. So you can get a bunch of commanders, and they do make it very clear that you can have one Mightiest Governor commander and two Wheel commanders. So if there are a bunch of Mightiest Governor commanders you want, this event's not really going to help you terribly much. That said, you can switch it between each round. So as you can see, I picked Boudica. Obviously, she's not a Mightiest Governor commander, but if I wanted to change to Henry this time, I could. You're not locked into it as you are with Heart's Desire, so it's pretty flexible, I think. And let's see if we can actually see the odds of each commander. I should be able to see the rewards in here somewhere. There we go. So here are the odds. Personally, I actually think they're pretty good. You do have fairly high odds of getting a 10 set of each commander that you choose there. As you can see, I think collectively you're at probably close to about 1% for getting 10 commander heads. And honestly, I do think it's a little bit higher than that, just based upon what I've seen in this event. And a lot of people are saying that it is really worth it. And in my personal experience, I tend to think so. That said, even if you're not getting the full 10 heads, you do have really high odds of getting commander heads for the three commanders that you've chosen. So as you can see, you have just about a 1% chance of getting a 5 heads for the commander you've chosen. And you also have almost a 5% chance of getting it at least 1. And we will be breaking down whether that necessarily means this is worth it or not. But just based on that, I think it's fairly good. Now, there are a couple of other decent rewards you can get from this. As you can see, you can get 5 legendary sculptures, 2 legendary sculptures, or 1. And the collective odds for that are, again, fairly close to about 1%, which means overall your odds of getting a gold head, at least one, are pretty high. You've got the about 15% from here, plus the 1% from there. I'm going to round it up and say you have close to about a 20% chance, 1 in 5 chance of getting some gold heads from each spin. That said, there are the rewards that you don't want. There are always rewards you don't want. And so the Dazzling Starlight sculptures are the ones that you really want to avoid, at least in my opinion. That said, you can get the bundle of them, which is kind of nice if you need them. But you do have a 20% chance of kind of getting something you don't want there. Between the ×2 and ×1 for the Dazzling Starlight sculptures. So there is always risk. That said, personally, I really like this event, and I do think that overall it is pretty much worth it. Now, where I do get really excited is the 2 15-hour speed-ups here. You can get up to 30 hours of speed-ups from this event, and that is per ticket. So I will also point out the fact that you have the potential of getting 60 hours of speed-ups for only, I think it's 500 gems, which is huge. I've already done this. I already got those so far, and I'm loving it. You also have the potential to get 3 8-hour speed-ups. Again, that's about 24 hours of speed-ups, and you can get 2 of those within each bout. And the probability is fairly high for that. You've got about a 30% chance of getting one of those 2. Statistically, based upon just that, it is worth it, because if we take a look at our VIP shop over here, I can actually show you exactly how much an 8-hour speed-up is going to cost you. So if we come in here and you scroll down, 8-hour speed-up is about 240 gems a piece. So if we go back to our event, you can see that I believe each ticket is only 500 gems. And again, you do get to pick 2 cards for every ticket you have. So you do have the potential to get quite a lot of speed ups. That's up to 48 hours of speed ups for those 500 gems, which is absolutely unheard of in Rise of Kingdoms. So overall, the probability for this event's really good. You do have some crummy rewards, as you do with all of these. You've got the level 7 Tome of Knowledge. Personally, I don't want that. You do have equipment chests, which I really like. They're materials. They're not, cavalry epic. So you can get some materials from this. But you've heard me talk about this event. Let's actually put the pedal to the metal and see if it's worth it. So you do have a couple of ways to get these Imperial tickets, or Imperial scrolls. You can buy 10, and it does say stock today. So my impression is this is going to refresh tomorrow. So this event runs for how many days? It looks like it runs for, let's check that real quick. It looks like it runs for about 3 days. So in theory, you should be able to buy up to 30 tickets based upon the stock today. So if you're seeing this on day 1, buy these tickets while you can. Otherwise, if you do want to do this event and you don't necessarily want to spend your hard-earned gems on them, which is fair, there are a couple of bundles, and there are some that I would really recommend you buy. So the first one is Starlight Wish. This is a $5 bundle, and I'll have the bundles all posted in the Discord. So if you haven't joined that, be sure to click the link in the description. And this first bundle gives you 2 tickets. I already bought it. Second bundle gives you about 5. And overall, this is going to be the best bundle to buy these Imperial scrolls if you want to buy them. I will also point out that it is recharge rewards. Personally, I'm a fan of this bundle. And even if you decide that you don't necessarily want to use the tickets, there's a big secret that no one is talking about that I'm going to be sure to show you at the end of the video for these tickets. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to buy the Starlight Wish bundle, you can come into Super Value, and they do have Heaven's Blessing, which gives you 1 scroll. It's essentially half the cost or half of the value of the previous bundle. So if you're spending and you want to spend it on these Imperial scrolls, I would use all of Starlight Wish before I go to Heaven's Blessing. If you're a whale, do both. Now, for the secret that I was going to tell you at the end of the video, if you do not use these tickets, and it says it right here at the bottom, and no one seems to talk about this, if you don't use these Imperial scrolls, they will be reclaimed as 500 gems at the 1-to-1 ratio. So if you do buy the bundle, keep in mind, you don't have to use the tickets. You can save them, and you will be given 500 gems for each ticket. And so what I've seen a lot of people do is they'll buy that first bundle, save the tickets, not bother using them, and then claim the gems at the end. I also do believe that there will be ways to get these tickets that are not necessarily restricted to spending or using gems. So we'll have to see if that actually happens, but always keep in mind, if you don't want to use the Imperial scrolls, you can claim 500 gems for each scroll. So I'm really a fan of it. Let's dive into it. Let's see, pedal to the metal, is it worth it? I'm going to purchase all 10, and let's dive into a couple of these. You may be wondering why I've picked the commanders I have. I really do need a max YSG. I haven't maxed him yet. Personally, though, I would typically say go for commanders that you can't get otherwise. So if you don't have Scipio, go for him. If you don't have any of the other commanders that are not yet on dailies, go for those. Personally, I know William and YSG both already on dailies, but I'm not spending that much money, so I still want to use them in this event. So let's see how this works, shall we? So what you can do is, it looks like there are about 5 people that participate, and I can choose to use 1 through 3 scrolls. I'm probably actually going to see how it works if I choose 3. This should maximize my probability. And what they don't tell you is that if you use 3 scrolls, you actually get more tickets than everyone else. So let's use 3, see how it works. And we'll match. And let's do it, Chappie Squad. I'm super excited. I really like this event. I've liked it in the past. I really think that it is one of the better value events in Rise of Kingdoms. We'll see how that actually works out. But I'm actually a fan of it, and you do get to pick a bunch of different items and tickets within this, and as the person with the most tickets, you do get the most chances to get the good rewards. So typically I say if you have 10 tickets, use the 3 every time. We will be doing a 10, a 2, or a 3, a 2, and a 1, just to show you guys exactly how the probability works for everyone. There is a little bit of a wait right now, which is okay, and let's see how it works out. I'm really excited. And the first person has joined. It looks like we need one more person, and then we can actually begin. I'm super pumped about this. I probably just cut so you guys won't have to wait. And we're in. Let's do it. So as you can see, I can choose 2 cards for every Imperial Scroll spent. So I can actually pick up to 6. There we go. Looks like it's chosen 5 for me. And this is 5 within this batch. What do we get? We got 1 YSG head, and we got a material choice chest, and we got 2 15-hour speed ups, and we got some more material choice chests. Free Mizzle did better than we did, and that's part of the fun of this, is he got Mulan, great for him, really happy for him. I did not. But I did do pretty well for this event, and as you can see, here are the rewards that I got. And this was 1,500 gems for this. If we compare this to the other price of VIP, which is 2,000 gems per head, overall, this is actually not bad at all. I got 1 head for 1,500, and I got 30 hours of speed up and 3 material choice chests with a comparable price within shop of quite a bit. So yeah, 150 gems each. So that brings me up to 450 gems. I've done more than break even already in this event. Shall we do it again? I think so. Let's see how 2 does. We'll do 2 Imperial Scrolls and we'll match. And my hope is that with this, I can show you guys, not only am I preaching that this is a great event that you should spend your gems on, but I'm also putting my money where my mouth is, and we're going to see exactly how this shakes out. I am curious to see how the 2 does. I have not done it before, so I'm kind of excited. Looks like I got 4 cards there, which makes sense. Okay, we got some speed ups, and it looks like he got a commander. Ooh, legendary head. And let's see round 2. Got another 2 cards. Oh, and we got 2 sculptures. 2 sculptures for 2 keys. That's actually really good in my opinion. And so overall, I am convinced this event is worth spending your gems on. That said, if you don't want to, you can save those Imperial Scrolls and claim the gems at the end. I hope that this has been helpful. If it has, be sure to hit that subscribe button bottom right side of your screen and hit the bell so you get notified when new episodes come out. Thank you. Shappy out.